What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 17 of the Critical Hitz Podcast. My name is Pokey Scout.
I am Genelac Gaming.
And this
is Critical
Hitz. We hope you guys are having a very, very wonderful day. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining us this week. Guys, we've got a lot to talk about, and I think Genelac is probably the most excited. Oh, there goes my camera. My camera's messed up. There we go. Pull it back.
Camera.
We're good to rock. No, it's still broken. That's fine. Anyway, Genelac has some things that he wants to talk about, guys, because we had some really, really funny news that happened. Genelac, tell me what you sent me that you thought was just the coolest, like, we made it kind of deal.
Bro, we freaking made it. You're doing something right when the Gary V is, I'm not going to say copying our content because we're not trademarked, like, agree or disagree.
Yeah.
But 2 days ago, Gary, at the time of recording this, 2 days ago, Gary V, 15 million followers, did an agree or disagree, and it was in a very similar format. And I was like, because we've talked to him in the past. He's like, keep crushing it, guys. He's the most positive guy, and it's like, if regardless of whether it was him or anybody, if people are copying you, that's a trend.
Yes.
We're trending.
So we're not saying that we have started the trend, right? Because there are other people that have done agree or disagrees, right? And there are some big podcasts out there that have done it, but we have been making it a consistent short form, bit for us.
We're trying to make it our thing.
That's what I'm saying. But it was so funny, dude. I still can't believe that is happening. Shout out to Gary V for being so awesome and continuously creating content like that. Yeah, brother. Love you. Much love. But that was super cool. A good way to start out the day. But, buddy, I have a question for you in regards to recent news and stuff that you've been seeing. We saw the Gary V stuff. Have you been seeing what's going on with Phantasmal Flames?
So, no. You were talking about this in pre-show, and you refused to tell me. What is going on?
So, here's the deal. What do you think booster boxes are going for pre-orders? For Phantasmal Flames. For Phantasmal Flames. What do you think booster boxes are in pre-orders? And we'll just say off of eBay, right? We're not going to say from the distro. We're not going to say anything from LGSs. We'll just say on eBay. What is
eBay?
On
okay.
eBay?
They're going to be high. It's going to be high because it's a brand new set. Listen, man, it shouldn't be like crazy. Like DR is at what, like 4 or 5? So I would put Mega Evolutions at 250. I think that's a lot.
I think that's a fair guess. Except it's more like 250 pounds, bro. Like $330, bro, for pre-orders. It's insane. Have you been seeing this?
Wait,
dude, there are some cases.
Yes,
dude.
Whoa. You just said $300 on release?
Bro, yes, on eBay. Check it out, guys. I'll have a little pop-up for y'all. Now, granted, I don't know what's going on with like distros and what the prices are and what everything's being quoted from direct LGSs, but this is nuts to see this stuff on eBay where they're already trying to set the market price at $330 for a booster box that hasn't even come out yet. They're out of their minds. That is $2,000 for a case, bro. A case of booster boxes for a set that hasn't even released.
Now, I will say this is pretty typical because this is scalper behavior, right? No. You see what I'm saying? Like, because you did eBay. If you were telling me that LGSs, or even worse, if distros were doing $300, that would be insanity.
Yes.
But so basically what these people did is they secured pre-orders from a variety of sources, and then they're listing it on eBay. Are they selling at that price? Probably, because people have FOMO. But that's what I'll say about this, because we see this a lot. You should, guys, little tip from Genelac here. You should never buy anything off eBay before a release, or even the first week of the release. Let it die down. Those are the scalpers, like straight up. Anybody selling pre-release that is not a sanctioned pre-release store is a scalper. I said it. If you're selling product and you are not a store, or you're a scalper. I don't care.
I won't say you're necessarily a scalper, right? But more than likely the odds are ever in their favor. But that is wild, dude. $2,000 for a case, and they're selling. Like there are people that are willing to pay
because people are
$300 to $400 for a booster box that hasn't even released yet, man. That is insanity. And to the people that are buying that, I don't know why you're giving into FOMO right now. And it kind of leads me into something that I want to talk about following this.
I hope they print the absolute bazongers out of fan. I hope think they are. I hope they do though. I would just sit there and I would just revel in my Charizards, but I would also revel in the lost money of all these people.
Oh, dude, no.
You know what? I'd be happy if they print. I hope they're just like, hey, after Mega Evolutions, we're not doing any new sets for a year. We're doing straight reprints. Prismatic, 151, DR, Black Bolt, Mega Evolutions, Phantasmal Flames. Those 6 sets are all we're printing this year. I would be so happy. And don't get me wrong, I have some stuff I'm holding. I don't care. I would be thrilled.
Dude, could you imagine though if Pokemon actually did do that and they announced, guys, sorry, we're not coming out with any new sets. We have to do a bunch of reprints. That would be the single greatest thing ever, especially if it was all Scarlet and Violet,
all day,
all the way back to Scarlet and Violet base set. I'm in. More Paldea evolved. I'm about it, dude. Like that would be incredible.
Shimmy for so long. You'd get so many shimmies. So many shimmies.
No, I don't think you could do that because of the TCG and because of the format when the format rotates.
I know.
Right? So you have to bring new sets into it.
Shimmies.
Unless Mega Evolutions is going to be like, it rotates out at, what would that be, H or J, whatever format it is, right? When you look at the bottom left-hand corner of a card, you see a letter. That basically tells you what format we're in. So currently we're in the F format. Just a side note for you guys that don't understand what I'm saying. Yeah. So in the bottom left-hand corner, you guys will see if it ever focuses there. Yeah. Genelec, don't even worry about H. There you go. So like that card is going to be playable till the H format, right? So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, right? So on and so forth.
I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Let's go. I know my ABCs.
Way to go, buddy. I'm very, very proud of you. But yeah, guys, insane. The fact that the prices are selling that high. And I will say this, I will go on record saying it. I've already said it in our last podcast. I've said it in a bunch of short form content. This is the greatest Charizard artwork that we have received, maybe of all time.
I agree.
I agree
because I saw it. I saw the Japanese version in person when I was at Card Party, and I agree.
Yeah,
I stand corrected. I said I wasn't going to give it the crown the last time we talked. Here you go. Here you go, Mega Charizard. There's the crown.
Oh
it is. It's the greatest Charizard. It's the greatest Charizard artwork of all time. I'm not gonna say it's the greatest card, but it's the greatest Charizard artwork of all time.
No, yeah, 100%. It's the greatest Charizard artwork of all time. Period. End of story. I said it in the last podcast. Genelec, I'm not a Charizard guy, but I am very happy to hear you say that.
I want one in every grade. I want PSA 1 through 10. I want Tag 1 through 10. And I want BGS 1 through Black Label. And I'm going to put it all on a wall.
Dude, so think about this. The fact that the BGS Japanese Mega Charizard just sold for $15,000. 2 of them have been graded. There are 2 black labels.
Was it a black label?
And yeah. 2 black labels. Both have sold for $15,000, or maybe just one sold for $15,000.
Valid,
right?
to be honest.
Valid. The English one. If there ever is an English one, you want to know what it's going to sell for?
My left arm, because I'll be the one buying it, and I'll show up with just a slit. Like this will just be gone.
Dude,
it'll be like this.
$50K.
I'll be like this. I'll show up like this, and I'll be like, "Here's my black label."
Dude,
you like it?
I bet my entire collection that card sells for, and I'll be less dramatic here. I will say that Black Label Charizard English version sells publicly for no less than $38,000.
I mean, I think it depends on pop, obviously, but yeah, the first sale, I think you're probably right. It's somewhere in that 25 to 40K range.
Yep.
But then if that pop stays low, yeah, it's going to approach 50, 60, 90K. It could be a $100,000 card at some point.
I think at some point this card is, let's say this, if they don't do a lot of prints of it, okay, and we do have some black label versions, if the pop doesn't exceed 15, because there are some cards like the Moonbreon, the Rayquaza from Evolving Skies, that have I want to say anywhere between 5 and 20 copies of a black label, okay? Those cards sell for the $20,000 to $40,000 range. They do. I think the Moonbreon sells for 25, and I want to say the Rayquaza sells for 15. That Charizard is going to sell way more, and it might be a card that we really think holy crap, we should buy that if there's ever a public sale for it. I'm so serious, man. That is going to be a $100,000 card.
You know I want one. I want one.
It is going to be
guys,
a $100,000 card.
Like and subscribe below, because there is no way we can afford that until we would need to be, the largest podcast ever to do that. But hey, that's fine.
Which we will be, baby. We will.
Yeah.
No, dude, that would be legit.
Anyway,
that'd be insane. But
I
guys,
saw it. It's sick. It's sick.
And guys, I want to transition this a little bit because we were talking about, what's going on eBay, right? And what we are now publicly putting out there, right? I'm not trying to hype up Phantasmal Flames, okay? I am just having a conversation with my buddy Genelec that you guys are listening to, and, now you're absorbing a little bit of information based on what we're seeing, which brings me into my next topic of conversation, which is fake private sales, okay? I saw this on a post. Shout out to Pokemon Patrick. Okay, he had this in his story. Somebody had put a comment in and they were like, I am concerned about fake Pokemon sales or whatever it is, fake Pokemon private sales. And he had a very elegant response to it, right? About not being able to confirm whether or not a sale was in fact sold for what it was. Okay, which is why platforms like eBay and Kanto Shark and Zango Emporium are so important because they can show proof of payment. They can track what happened and they can publicly announce, hey, here's the evidence that shows that this card sold for this, right? So I want your opinion, Genelec, on what do you think about, we'll say, influencers putting out information regarding fake private sales, right? Or sales that they think, or sales that they're like, hey guys, this card sold for example, the first edition Shadowless or first edition Shining Charizard in a PSA 10, right? A lot of people that have that card were selling it and saying they sold it at $25,000 when in fact they weren't selling it at $25,000. They were putting it up for $25,000 and then next thing you see it is sold, but it actually sold for like $19,000 cash and then another like $4,000 or $3,000 in trades. What do you think?
I mean, here's what I'll say. I think that that's always going to be a problem in the space, and I think it's only going to get larger over time. And I think that for me, the ultimate litmus test there is if you try to go buy one. I'm sorry, the market is the market. And if they have sold a copy or multiple copies at 25K, they're likely not going to move from that number.
Yeah.
But if you say, hey, I only got 18, and then they go, well, I would do it for 23. And you go, I really only have, like, I could maybe throw another K on there and get to 19. And then they go down again. Yeah, that 25K is bogus. Because there's no way they're going to start slashing their numbers if they're having sales at that 25K number. That's not how business works. They're going to be like, no, this is worth this much. I found multiple buyers with this number. So why would I let this go for a loss? They wouldn't. They just wouldn't. So that's what I would say. But I'll say this too. Even if they do sell it for that, your price is your price. What you want to buy it at is what you want to buy it at. And so they could state whatever they want. Like you and I had a conversation because I really wanted the Plasma Storm ETB, the very first ETB made with the Lugia on it. It's sick. And all of the recent solds were 6, 7, 8K. Now, there's not a lot of recent solds because it doesn't sell that frequently on eBay's, Kanto Shark and Zangporium, but they're there over a year period or so. And then there's a post, and I can't confirm this or not, that said that they sold it at a local card show for like $16,000 or 17. It's like double or triple the price. And so I was talking to this individual, and I really like this individual, and I've talked to them in the past, and I've bought from them in the past. And they were like, this is my number. And I said, ooh, like I'm closer to that 7 AK range. And you know what he said? He said, I'm going to pass. And I go, probably a legitimate sale then. Right? Like if he's not willing to even counter, that was probably a legitimate sale. And so now it's up to me, right? It's been probably a year or something, and I'm sure it's up since then. But like it's now my turn to be like, okay, well, he didn't want to sell at this number. It continues to go up. So if I want to do it, I can reach back out to him again. But that's what I would say, right? So I've had those interactions where they're like, I'll pass. And it's like, oh, that sale definitely happened then. Because he's not moving. No, right? Like, or else he would at least counter. Now, granted, I was really low comparatively to that sale, but he still would have come back with like 15 or 14. Can you get up to that? And then I would have been like 10, right? And so that's what I would say.
Yeah, no, I think that was well articulated, and I still think that Plasma Storm box that you wanted was a definite buy. I think you needed to come up there because I don't think I could find one right now for less than 20 grand. If I'm being honest.
And so that's what I'm saying, right? Is I couldn't prove. So I had to take him but either way, I didn't have it. To be clear, I was shopping. I was like, ooh, maybe I could grab this for 7 or 8K because that's what last solds are going for. And then the only individual I know that has it, his friend sold it at a card show for 18 grand or 7. I don't know what the number was, but it was at least
16.
double. it was at least double. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true or not, but the second he said, I'm going to pass, I was like, oh, that sale definitely happened.
Yeah, he doesn't want to let it go. Smart man. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, for real. Yeah. And no, all nothing but love, right? Like those interactions happen. It's like, I don't have that cash right now anyway. And so it's totally fine.
Yeah, which, hey, that also brings me up to my next point, guys. This was another thing, and again, shout out to Pokemon Patrick, that I saw that I thought was a good topic of conversation. Being rude as a customer or a vendor, really love his response that is like, no, it's okay, I'll pass. Pro tip for you guys that, number one, want to be vendors. If somebody comes up to your table and you guys are talking about prices, right, and they just will not pay your sticker price on it, or they're trying to buy multiple slabs and you're trying to agree on a percentage, right? At my table, I don't ever really want to sell multiple of my stuff for less than about 92 to 93%, okay? That's just me being honest. If I'm selling like a big load of stuff to one person, but I will never.
Yeah, you don't see that as a positive. Somebody sees bulk deals as positives. You do not. You work hard to get your inventory. A lot of it's very liquid. Mm-hmm. So why would you're willing to cut a deal.
Yep.
But yeah, you're not trying to do 80 or 75%.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
But this follows back into like, if I didn't want to come down to his number, let's say his number is 89%, right? I don't need to be like, hey, dude, it's 92% or nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it needs to be like, hey, man, all good. I think I'm going to pass. But I've seen a lot. I've heard a lot of stories lately of people that have been like, oh, dude, come on, you can't freaking work with me here. Like, you've already got this markup, you've already got this, and they're like really messing with the vendors as customers, and it's like, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. And then I've seen the vice versa of vendors being like, oh, what, you can't afford this number, right? Is this why you're trying to haggle me so much lower? And it's like, guys, it's all love. This is a trading card game, and this is a hobby. Okay, you don't need to be so combative with each other, right? And I just think a lot of that content's been going around lately. And I just was curious if you've seen that.
I can tell you right now, if you're combative with me, the deal is dead on either side. No, straight up. And so,
I get that.
Like I said, when I was at Card Party and I made some purchases, and there's a lot of people that have a card that you want.
Yep.
So now it comes down to two things for me: price and interaction. And I can tell you right now, I would pay slightly more to an individual I like or respect than take the slight discount for a crappy interaction.
Oh, dude. Well said, man. That was brilliant. I love that, guys. Keep that in mind. Seriously. The better interaction you have with your customer and the happier they are about just having met you in general or having been welcome to a card show, I mean, dude, that's the sale in and of itself, right? You're selling yourself at that point.
Yeah, and it's all about who you vibe with, right? I like the genuine, wholesome hobbyists, right? Those are the creators that I like. Those are the vendors that I like. I know that they have to make money, but you can tell immediately if they're just there to make money.
Oh, God, right? Yeah.
There is a certain... I founded a fraternity in college. So I know the vibe.
I'm learning something new. Yo, okay.
I was a founding father, so I know that vibe. And I can tell you that if you come off with that vibe, that's probably, it's not going to win it over for me. That's not who I want to buy from. That's not who I want to sell to. Because at the end of the day, this is a children's card game with a wholesome community. That's a very happy, welcoming, open community, right? So, that's why I love seeing Coop's collection and Beer Dad cards and Pokey Sean.
Yep.
They're getting big because they are the right type of vendor for this hobby. Mm-hmm. It's just, they do right by people. I will always buy from them before I go buy from other individuals who, they're selling and then taking shots after. They're like, huge sale in the middle of the convention.
Are there people actually doing that?
Yep.
No, I saw that. No. When did you see that? Where did you see that?
Shots of Crown at Card Party.
No. Oh, guys, this is a new topic of conversation. You got to tell me. I know you went to Card Party. Shout out Deep Pocket Monster for putting on such a great event. I want to hear your thoughts about Card Party 3 or Card Party West. And start with this. Start with the vendors, man. Taking shots of Crown after a big sale. The balls on that guy. Were the customers still there?
No. They were out. They had gone, and it was like a whole group. It was a whole group of guys at a table. They're probably splitting a table, right? And again, I'm all for celebrating, being happy, and all that kind of jazz, but I don't know.
There's a level of professionalism that you need to maintain.
That's kind of what I'm getting
environment,
at. Yeah.
Right. And so speaking as two professionals, right, you being more of a standard business professional in corporate America.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree where it was kind of rubbing you the wrong way, because hearing that, it rubs me the wrong way a little bit. Right? Like, I know that you guys want to be boys, and I know I want to be a part of the boys.
Do it
right?
that
I want
night.
to have a great time. But yes, do it that night. There's,
do it that night. You do not need to do it in person at the card show. And, if they see this, listen, I'm not trying to throw shade, but you do you. If you're making money and you're having fun, I would personally not do that. I would personally not do that. And so here's what I'll say. So Card Party West.
Yep.
Incredible. My first card party, and hopefully not my last. But for top to bottom, the vendors, there was a wide array, but they were largely amazing, right? Largely amazing. I met so many amazing vendors. They were great. Prices were good. Stuff was moving. It was a little slow the first day. So that's actually when I did most of my buying. Because these guys were just sitting around on their phones. You could tell they were just itching to make a deal. And so I did most of my buying on that first day. But, they're just great people. Great people, top to bottom. Really enjoyed 99% of the vendors. And even the one vendor that I saw doing shots, still had a great interaction with them. Loved their energy. Super fun guys, right? Like, I was like, dude, you guys are crazy. So vendors were awesome. It was a great venue. It was really well run. Like, the event itself, Pat is just a god. Like, I have no way else to say it other than, as good as he is at content creation, he is just as good as an event planner.
Yeah.
And this is incredible to me because he's obviously probably the best we've ever seen in the space from a content creation perspective.
Oh, God, yeah.
But he had everything, man. There was a TCG tournament there where you could get championship points. He hired Tabletop Village, which is a local card shop. Shout out Tabletop Village, because they do a lot of learn to play content.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of like kids shops and stuff. So he hired them to do learn to play while they were there. So they had a booth, and then they had a learn to play section. There was Bulk Alley, where anybody who didn't want their bulk could just go put their bulk over there if they were ripping, and then players could come over and take the bulk to make their decks.
Oh, I'm jealous.
It was great.
I should have had you go over there for me.
There was great creators there. There's a lot of fun. There was like Team Ruby versus Team Sapphire. So there's kind of this overarching like competition where creators were tied to each side. It was great. All in all, great. Awesome experience. Would love to be invited. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, that'd be kind of legit. What party were you? I think the viewers want to know, were you Sapphire or Ruby?
Team Ruby all the way, baby. Shout out my boys, Powder TCG, Alex Ketchum, like Poke Beach. That team was sick. No shade to Team Sapphire, but Team Ruby all day.
Okay, hey, respect
on
the
Team
wrecked,
Ruby. Though.
Oh, who got wrecked? Ruby?
Team Ruby.
How did Ruby get wrecked? What was the dynamic? What was the battle?
So basically, there was a lot of ways that you could get points for each team, but a lot of the points were collected each night at the main event show. So every evening, there was a main event show, and they were playing Family Feud. They were playing, like, a bunch of different games up on main stage. Yeah, and I could send you a picture of what it looked like. And it was usually the creators plus a couple audience members versus the other creators plus another couple audience members, right? And I really like that, too, because Pat did a really good job of having a wide array of creators to spotlight them. So before each game, he would go up and he'd say, hey, Trevisard, what's your story, right? I met you 3 years ago at PopCon in Honolulu, or yada, yada, say how you met him. And then they would get to do just a short, like 20, 30-minute kind of explanation of who they are, right? So it's super cool. So I actually, like, learned about a lot of creators just through that. I was, like, looking them up on my phone while he's explaining them, right? And so that's how you would get points, right? It's like whoever won Family Feud would get X amount of points. They would do pack battles on stage, and it was crazy. They were doing, base set Fossil, base set Jungle, base set The Last Day, and he was gifting those packs to the audience that were called up there. And then if you pulled a holo, he would also give you $100 bill.
I love that, dude.
Just to add insult to injury, if you don't get a hit, the dude that walks around with the jungle or pulls the jungle Vaporeon also gets a crispy $100 Chase Bank dollar bill. It was like,
bro, that's like my grandma.
Which was so funny to me, and it was so funny to me that Pat's so funny. He was like, "Shout out Chase Bank," like
Hey, Chase Bank,
For
thanks
this
for the
$100
withdrawal for the honey.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a blast. I would love if you and I were to go. I think that would be super fun. They do meet and greets as well. Like Scott's
Yeah.
PC plus Powder was one. Alex Ketchum was another. Coop did one. So fantastic experience.
That's legit. Now, sadly, I don't think we're big enough to do a meet and greet, but I would just love to go and walk around and meet some of you. Like, that's just what I think that'd be super cool, right?
Yeah, that would
Record
be
a little
fun.
content, do some agree or disagrees with, some random people. I'm in, dude. Yeah,
And
technically
I largely did not do content. I was just there as a fan, to be honest.
Yeah.
I took some pictures and stuff, but I wasn't doing any recordings. I will say I accidentally made some Pokemon Go content because while I was there, I was talking to some vendors, and one of the vendors had Armored Mewtwo, which all of my Pokemon Go fans know. I didn't have Armored Mewtwo. Didn't is the key word. So I'm talking to this guy, and somebody who's shopping, shout out Amanda, was talking to him, and she goes, "Do you need Armored Mewtwo?" And I go, "Yeah, I really do." And she goes, "Oh, I'll trade you." And she pulls up her account, and she has 8 Armored Mewtwo's. And I'm like, "Are you sure? Because these are not easy to come by." She's like, "Yeah. I was in Vancouver last weekend for City Safari, and I didn't get a shiny Mudbray." And I go, "Well, that's interesting because I was in Vancouver as well, and I got 3. So we did a trade right there, Armored Mewtwo, in front of his booth, Armored Mewtwo for shiny Mudbray, and it was lucky. It was a lucky trade. So it went lucky, and I got a lucky Armored Mewtwo. It was a 15, 13, 13, so I didn't get the hundo, and she didn't get the shundo, but still, it was like, oh, this is going on content. I'm going to post that sometime next week, probably.
That's so cool. But hey, for the fans, you did make Pokemon Go content, but what did you pick up from Card Party 3 that you want to show the people?
Oh, you want to see these?
I absolutely want to see them, man. Show us what you got. Guys, we were talking about a lot of what he needed to grab at Card Party, and I'm very excited for him to show you some of the cards that we picked up. I said some of the cards that he picked up because they are awesome.
Okay.
And you guys got to get them.
So day one was a PSA 10 Latias from Surging Sparks.
Latias. That's okay, though.
Latias, sorry. Also on day one, the PSA 10 Galarian Moltres, so pre-80. Love that card. And the last day one pickup, this actually all happened in one transaction. Shout out Atomic TCG Michigan. I got it.
Dude.
I got it.
That is a money pickup. I mean, that is such a good card to have in the collection.
I kind of love it in the orange graded guard, too.
It's really good. Yeah, I love the highlighted orange.
And so then in day two, I met Jason and Jen at Kilava Cards. And he was selling the V-Stars in a set. But I already have 3 of them. So he was willing to break up the set and sell me all the cards so they all match for the Crown Zenith V-Stars for the Origin form.
You 100% should have just picked up the whole set. You should have just bought the whole set from the guy. I can't believe you didn't do that.
I know. It was a lot. It was a lot of money.
You believe this guy?
Hey, bro, do you know how much these cost? I mean, you guys could probably do the math. And then the last pickup, because my wife said, "Wow, that's a really pretty card," because that's usually my measurement. I was like, wait, if she likes a card, everybody likes that card because she's not super big into Pokemon, right? So if she says it's pretty, it's like, okay, everybody's gonna think that's pretty.
Yeah.
Well, you'll never guess. PSA 10, stained glass birds.
That's legit.
It's so pretty.
That's awesome.
So that's the last one.
Do you remember when we were opening up Hidden Fates? And I mean, by the ETB, and people were like, "Oh yeah, it's such a dumb promo. Nobody likes that promo. It's so goofy. Who likes stained glass artworks?" And
it just goes to show that promos, no matter how much they're printed, can be really valuable. And we're seeing that with the EVs, right? We're seeing that with the Charmanders. I would argue everybody's has 10 promos when they open 10 ETBs or something, or however many ETBs open. And then so that devalues it in their head. Yeah. Guys, hold on to those promos. I have yet to see besides the Charizard. Everybody knows about the Charizard. Was that Champion's Path?
Yep, Champion's Path, and the Mewtwo from Pokemon
Everybody
Go.
knows. And the Mewtwo from Pokemon Go. Those are the 2 exceptions because the sets were just that bad. I still think Pokemon Go's decent, but whatever. But I would say hold on to your promos because outside of those 2 sets, you are largely successful and those going up in value.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think promos are, and now again, I would have said this a couple months ago that promos are always the play, especially if you want like some shocking value in the future.
Yeah.
But now, promos are just so expensive that I can't really say the same thing without, somebody being like, well, promos just, plummeted in price. And it's like, what do you want me to do, guy? I'm not a fortune teller. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Back to your slabs.
We take losses, to be clear. Yeah.
Oh, we take many a loss.
Many us losses.
Yeah.
Many us losses. Sloppy losses.
That's yes, slosses. We take many a slosses. Yeah, but back
I'm gonna keep
to the
talking
cards,
about this so he can't edit it out.
I'm gonna edit it out. But back to the slabs that you bought, I would like for you to tell the people why you bought the first 3 slabs on day one, your day one purchases. Oh, yeah. Tell the people why you bought them.
Well, I got them in a bulk deal, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I also asked you what I should buy. So there's that too.
Yeah.
And thirdly, I mean, here's the thing. I think this is the best Greninja art ever made. So I think I'm going to keep this forever. This might be a personal collection. We'll see.
Yeah.
Nothing is untouchable in my collection except for the Lovebirds. We all know that. I think that this is probably one of the best artworks for Latias ever. And we just talked about it on one of our last podcasts. It pairs with the Latios really well, which I have in a tag slab, right? So these look really cool when they're next to each other. Now, obviously, one's in a PSA slab and one's in a tag slab, but like you could get the set, right? So I think that adds value to this. And then this is what I still think Chilling Reign is underrated. I still think Chilling Reign is underrated. When you guys go back and you look at what's in this set, first of all, this card is just... Name another Galarian Moltres card, first of all. And second of all, whoa.
Yep.
And also, Galarian Moltres, people don't know this, but Galarian Moltres is one of the best Pokemon in all of Pokemon Go PvP. Has been for a long time. It's really strong. And so as Pokemon Go grows, like people are going to want cards of the Pokemon that they've won tournaments and stuff of. And Galarian Moltres has won multiple tournaments.
Yeah. Guys, the reason I asked Genelac why he picked up those cards is because I wanted to draw your attention to some investment pieces, right? But also some personal collection pieces because people are really focused on these very expensive SIRs and the newer sets, right? And what's happening with, the prices of like Cynthia's Garchomp.
Oh, yeah, like
and
Team Rocket
Mewtwo and the Bubble Mew, right? The reason I wanted to highlight this is because Chilling Reign, there are sets back in the Sword and Shield era that, people weren't going crazy for, that these cards are, in my opinion, buys, right? Like the Galarian Moltres, the Galarian Articuno, the Blaziken VMAX. These are probably the top 3 cards from Chilling Reign that I would say you guys need to, if you want, buy, because at some point we are going to get a SIR Blaziken, or we're going to get a Mega Blaziken card, and then you're going to see some resurgence of Blaziken fans,
Mega Greninja
and Mega Greninja, right? And again, the Galarian birds, while they're not, the Galarian mechanic is not making a resurgence in Gen 10, that is one of the greatest Moltres artworks and one of the only Galarian Moltres artworks. So that was just a tidbit that I wanted to address to you guys is don't forget to look back at the Sword and Shield era and look for some cards that you want to pick up or that you thought, I've never seen this before. I think this would be really freaking cool. He just bought the Galarian Moltres. I just bought the Galarian Articuno. I'm working on buying the Blaziken. There's a bunch of stuff that we're looking to buy right now. And so I just kind of wanted to sneak that into the video and just remind you guys there are a lot of cards out there that you don't remember, or you just needed a little wake-up call to go ahead and pull the trigger on those cards, right? Super easy. But anyway.
I love shiny cardboard, man.
Yeah. What do you mean? We spend thousands of dollars on it. I mean, we better love it.
I love it. Yeah, but I'll just sit there and stare at it now.
Are you going to stare at it the rest of this podcast? Yeah.
What?
We lost him.
You talking to me? Anyway.
Yeah.
What?
We were talking to you, pal. 100%. We were talking to you. Yeah.
Sorry.
Because I had an agree or disagree for you. Yeah. Since we were talking about cards and certain cards making a resurgence, Genelac, agree or disagree? Topps Pokemon cards are going to make a comeback. 3, 2, 1. Agree. Yeah.
Agree.
That's what I'm talking about.
Lizard. Agree. Big agree.
Why do you think it's an agree? Because I know there are a few people out there that are going to say, no, totally disagree. There's no way that happens. So tell me, why do you disagree, or why do you agree?
So, first of all, Pokemon is at an all-time high, and they can't print enough.
Mm-hmm.
However, Topps has their own printing facilities. So they could almost solve a different problem right there. I also think the Topps cards have a cult following, and they are very good. Like the old Topps cards are pretty sweet. They're sick. And frankly, this would not be new to the trading card game industry. Like you see it in the sports cards a lot, like Panini, Topps, and there's a third one. I can't even remember what it is. But anyway, it's not uncommon to have multiple companies print cards. Now, do I think that these cards will be playable? No. They're not going to make them playable cards. That will stick to the printing of the Pokemon Company International. But for the collectors, could be pretty sweet. Especially if a movie comes out and they were like, hey, like let's do a top series on the movie.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
No, dude, I agree. Well said. Just for the fact that Pokemon is at an all-time high. They're not printing enough right now, and I think a lot of their focus is starting to move to, well, how can we capitalize on the demand for trading cards? Let's make more trading cards, but let's make a different version of the trading cards. And I guarantee you Topps cards will have the same effect that 151 had on the market and on the consumer. Is 151 brought people back into collecting, right? I think that Topps cards would bring more people back into collecting and would actually take the focus of what people are collecting right now and kind of shift it and do a little split, right? And I think they could I think it could have negative effects where people are like, you know what, now there's just too much going on. I want to get out, right? Which is fine because then, you know, those of us that really love the hobby and just enjoy collecting in general, now we can kind of refill those spaces and just, you know, get back to ripping. And again, I'm not saying that I want Pokemon to give me another avenue to spend thousands of dollars, but I think Topps cards were some of the coolest cards we ever received, and it would be a great follow-up.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they have great artworks, and they're just so different, right? That's the thing too. Is you know they were so different. They have the hard corners. They have a completely different holographic, not even pattern. It's more of just like a concept, right? Like they were full arts before full arts were a thing.
Oh
right?
God, yeah.
So they're pretty cool.
Jenna, like this leads me into my next one. It's not an agree or disagree. It's a would you rather. Okay. So would you rather get rid of the Pokemon theme song? You can't hear it for the rest of your life, but you're keeping the Scooby-Doo theme song, not the Where Are You theme song, but it's the What's New theme song with Simple Plan, you know, with the riff off.
Oh, you might have to remind me a little bit of what that riff off was.
No, I'm not doing it, buddy. I can't do it. I would crush.
I know what you're talking about. Would I rather get rid of the Scooby-Doo song or the Pokemon theme song?
Yep.
This is actually so easy for me. It's not even funny. I'm getting rid of that Scooby-Doo song 1,000 times out of 10 times. First of all, that's not even my favorite Scooby-Doo song. I like the 1970s version better. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? That's so catchy. And also, only one of those two songs brings chills to me. Every time, listen. When Pikachu and Ash powered up to take on Leon's Charizard and they played that song.
Yep.
My hair, it's still, dude, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. Oh,
bro, I don't blame you, but I was watching Scooby-Doo with my wife, and she asked me, she was like, because I was sitting there.
It's not close.
Dude, I was singing it, you know, and because it goes, what's new, Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. You're gonna solve that mystery. And I was like, oh my God, bro, it goes so hard. And she was like, yeah, okay, would you rather give up that or the Pokemon theme song? And I was just sitting there in turmoil, bro. No. You have no idea.
Any Pokemon fan is keeping the Pokemon song. Dude, for real. Like, I'll be honest.
There's one thing that I love more than Pokemon, and it's just music. And like that theme song, the Scooby-Doo theme song is in my playlist, bro. When I'm in the car, I am listening to Scooby-Doo. It's bad. It's really
let me ask you this. Original Pokemon theme song or the Lugia theme song from Pokemon 2000? And I know you know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, dude. I don't know.
I broke him. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Door number 3. Oh, yeah, dude. I mean that song is like that's peace, bro. That is peace.
I heard an orchestra. I heard an orchestra do that live.
Did you really? No.
Yeah. It was the greatest thing that's ever happened to me outside of getting married and
give me
all
chills.
That jazz.
Yeah. That's giving me chills.
Oh, it was amazing. Oh, Oh, that's so good.
Oh man, yeah, okay. No, I think I'd still have to keep the original theme song. I think I still have to keep it.
I almost got him.
I know.
Got him.
I'd have to keep the original theme song. As great as that song is,
They're both
dude, I
hype.
would feel
To
sick.
be clear, they are both hype.
Oh, they're both incredible.
Both hype.
Yeah. They are absolutely both incredible. And actually, dude, I want to ask you this real quick. Do you think we are going to get another Lugia card sometime soon in the Mega Evolutions era? Because I was seeing some leaks. I'm seeing some Mega Evolutions leaks, dog.
You're not supposed to tell me.
I know. I just wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but I'm seeing some leaks. Do you think that Lugia is going to get a card in Mega Evolutions or in the 30th anniversary set?
Maybe 30th anniversary set, maybe, but not in Mega Evolutions. Because I'd be shocked if they gave Lugia a Mega. First of all, but don't spoil if they do. Because as we all know, I'm trying to play it blind next week. I'm gonna be doing a stream on it. So that would shock me, but I could see it coming back for the 30th anniversary because it is. If it's not a top 10 Pokemon, it's definitely a top 15 Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no, 100% agree.
It's top 10, right?
I think it's here. Actually, out of curiosity, what do you think are the top 10 most popular Pokemon of all time?
Charizard, Pikachu, Eevee.
Okay.
Greninja.
Yes.
Umbreon.
Oh yeah.
I would put Lugia in there.
Okay, you'd put Lugia. Okay.
I put Lugia and Mew and Mewtwo.
Mew and Mewtwo. Okay, there you go.
Is that 8?
That's 8.
Am I missing
You're missing some essential
really obvious
ones. Yeah, you're missing some essential ones.
Blastoise.
Nah, I love my boy Blastoise. I wouldn't put him in the top 10. I love him to death. I hate to say that. It kind of stung me there a little bit.
Psyduck.
No,
I really do.
Not okay.
I really feel like he is.
Fine, Psyduck. So you're at 1. You have one more.
If I'm thinking of what do people say is their favorite Pokemon, Psyduck's definitely top 10. Yeah. I feel like I'm missing a grass type.
You're missing a really solid one. It's from Gen 3. It's a legendary.
Kyogre?
No, dog.
Oh, Rayquaza.
Yep.
Duh, Rayquaza.
Yeah. I mean,
you're right. Rayquaza. Rayquaza probably makes the cut. Yeah, actually, that was dumb.
That's a pretty solid top 10. All things considered. I don't know what else you can substitute in there.
I wish Arcanine could make the cut. I wish Raichu could make the cut. Yep. My other favorites, but they just don't. If you go up and walk up to people and you ask them, the Eeveelutions are just hyper popular. People freaking love Eevee, Psyduck.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't even throw what I really want to throw in there is Garchomp, but Garchomp's not making it.
He doesn't even make the cut.
Yeah, and which is crazy.
Dragonite would probably be the closest pseudo, and I don't even think he makes the cut, which sucks. Well,
I don't know,
he might make
man.
The cut.
Well, Dragonite might make the cut in the top 10. I would say Tyranitar is the only other pseudo that gets close. But not even in the popularity that we want to say is top 10. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, and I'm thinking about Scarlet and Violet. There's nothing in that. There's nothing in Sword and Shield.
Nothing.
I still think Zacian has some time to grow, but there's nothing in Sword and Shield. If I'm thinking about Alola, no.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
Yeah, not a chance. No, I would say probably all the top 10 Pokemon don't exist past Gen 6.
4.
Well, Gen 4 too. Because I was thinking Sylveon.
Who's in 6?
Sylveon. That's the only reason.
I don't know if does Sylveon crack it between. I know Umbreon's more popular.
Oh, Umbreon's way more popular, but I just think.
And Espeon's probably higher than Sylveon as well.
Ooh, that's a good. I don't know if I agree.
Those are close.
Yeah, those are.
Either way, that's my top 10. Yeah. I don't know. You have any notes or any revisions?
I don't think I do, dude. Honestly, I think that's a really solid top 10. There's nothing else that I would want to throw in there. Even looking at some of the other non-legendaries.
Kyogre has a pretty yeah.
Well,
Snorlax is in there, but
the only
I don't know, dude. Psyduck's crazy. We've talked about this. Psyduck, people love that stupid duck.
I would swap if it was my list. I would swap Psyduck and Snorlax, and then from Gen 2. Ho-Oh, sadly, I wouldn't put in there. Lugia, actually, I probably couldn't put Lugia in the top 10. I would have to swap. Oh, man. Wow, would I swap Lugia and Typhlosion? No, I wouldn't do that. Who else from
God, no. No.
Yeah. No, I don't. No.
We love Typhlosion, but no.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I guess I'll just keep it. Yeah, I think the only one I'd swap in is Snorlax, but I feel like I'm missing some really obvious ones. It's kind of driving me crazy.
And are we? Let us know in the comments, guys. Let us know your top 10. Let us know what we did wrong. That's my top 10. I can't think of. And by the way, top 10 being people's favorite Pokemon.
Yes.
Most popular.
Yeah. Most
right.
popular.
This is not
Not ours.
Not our favorites.
Yeah,
no.
definitely not our favorites.
I will say, you know who's a fan favorite that I didn't realize was a fan favorite? Oddish.
What?
Dude, people love Oddish.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Oh, people hate Gloom then. I don't know a soul alive that says Gloom.
No, or Vileplume.
No, Vileplume's dope. I find some Vileplume
I feel like
lovers.
people lean towards Blossom over Vileplume.
Yeah, that's fair, but Vileplume is just such a good design in my opinion. Like I love
agree.
that. I love that evolution from Gloom to Vileplume. So that's just me though.
Speaking of Typhlosion and your insanity for trying to put that in the top 10, you forgot about something.
What did I forget about?
It involves a recent set.
Yeah, guys. Okay, so before I forget about this, Genelac, thank you for reminding me.
So
we were talking about Phantasmal Flames, right? Japanese version, Infernal X, or Inferno X, not Infernal, Inferno. I had a couple of strange messages, right? Which was kind of cool, to hear that this was happening, but in Japanese booster boxes, right? In each booster box, there's kind of a guaranteed hit rate, right? You're guaranteed like one SAR, and you're guaranteed like 2 ARs, so on and so forth, right?
It's a little different than English. People kind of like it.
Which, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan in the world, but I'm not the biggest hater, right? So in these booster boxes, you get 30 packs, okay? In each box, you're guaranteed at least one SAR of a Pokemon and one, SA or SR of a supporter and then item and then a couple of ARs. You know what I mean? But anyway, so some people were opening some boxes, and I guess the boxes were actually missing hit rates or missing hits.
Oh, like they were counting it out and they weren't getting the hits that they typically do, like the one SAR. Oh, that's not good.
Well,
that's not good.
No, it's not good. Very not good. But it's not something that, and I asked them, I was like, do you think that your distro that you got them from took the boxes and tampered with the boxes?
Yeah.
And they were like, no, boxes came sealed. Nothing was wrong with it. And they had like 8 to 10 boxes to open. And it was like 3 or 4 of the boxes had missing guaranteed hits, right? Because Japanese boxes are guaranteed hit rates. And so I was like, dude, that's kind of freaking nuts, man. I wonder what's going on.
That's not good.
And I'm not going to sit here and be a conspiracy theorist and be like, yo, people are actually trying to like pull hit rates or pull hits out of boxes, before they leave the station in Japan. You know what I mean?
No, there's no way, because I think that's mostly automated. And also, they would have to replace it with that would take a long time. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you would have to replace it with a card of the same rarity. Because I'm assuming that they were still getting the right amount of cards and the right rarity and that kind of stuff based on what you're saying.
They were getting just the right amount of packs. They weren't getting the actual hits. They were basically getting no hit packs.
A rare.
No, they were getting no hit packs instead of the guaranteed hit. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So they were like completely whiffing on packs. Doesn't every pack supposed to have, well, Japanese, more than me, doesn't every pack supposed to have like rare or above?
So it's a little different. I think the baseline of Japanese is rare, right? Hollow rare, right? And then you get into the ultra rare, hyper rare, secret rare, special art rare, and then art rare, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So the baseline is hollow rare, kind of like in the Pokemon TCG right now.
Is every pack guaranteed to have a hollow rare?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so they were having packs without hollow rares.
They were having packs that were only hollow rares. So listen to me here.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
You get me now? Where it's like in a box, you have basically out of 30, 10 packs should have an art rare or higher, right? In this case, 3 or 4 of these boxes. And they were only
getting hollow rares.
Yeah. So out instead of like 10 packs getting art rares or above, only 6 packs had art rares and above.
Yikes.
Right? So they were missing like a trainer secret rare, or they were missing the SAR, right? And so it's like, what happened at the printing facility where the automation went off? Because you've seen, we've seen situations like that have happened with the Fusion Strike God box that happened back in Fusion Strike in 2021, where they put like 3 or 4 alternate arts in a box. But I was debating on buying some boxes of Inferno X, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe I won't. I just don't want that to happen to me.
Well, yeah, and you didn't even know that this could happen. You were just like, I don't want these.
Exactly.
Turned out to be in your favor. To say the least.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm okay with this. I'm okay with the fact that I'm not.
Hey, but what if somebody comes out with like 4 SARs because the machine actually did mess up, and it was just like,
Bro, that'd be insane.
Put them all in one box.
Yeah, could you imagine
That'd
like the lunch boxes, like the Silver Tempest lunch boxes, the God boxes that have like those packs have the trainer galleries and higher. I would love that. I'd love to stumble on a print run like that. Dude, that'd be so legit. Well, besides that, you know, seeing that news, Inferno X, I'm not going to lie to you. The print quality of Mega Evolutions. I've now opened 6 packs. I've got a buddy that opened a booster box, and I've got another friend that opened another booster box. The quality control I'm looking forward to in Mega Evolutions. Yeah.
Really? Okay. I mean, I've opened some packs, and I got to say, I mean, yeah, like I opened this booster bundle, and the quality is pretty good.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, if you get a hit, if you get an EX or above, I want you to just...
not bad.
Ooh, I need that for my decks. If you don't keep that, I'll buy it from you. I need it for my decks.
You can't have it.
That's so mean.
Have it.
That is rude. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I need that for my decks too. I can't believe you. Guys, he's being selfish.
This is all out of a booster bundle and some loose packs.
What? No, anyway, that's another thing that I'm super excited about for Mega Evolutions is the print quality on these cards. Actually,
they look good.
Oh, it looks really good, man. If you ever get like an illustration rare hit or
shout out
above a full RDX,
shout out the printers for fixing, because that's not always been the case. So hey, they might not be printing a lot, but they're printing well.
Oh, they are printing well, and I'm kind of happy about it because you saw the Steelix I pulled, right?
Yeah, that was sweet.
Oh, dude, I'm sending it off to get
Rub
ready.
it in, why don't you?
What you just pulled 2 playable cards. The Steelix isn't playable.
Well, I'm gonna send these off to get graded.
No, you're not. I'm gonna buy them from you.
No.
Yes.
No.
Genelak, before you just rip my hide,
are you even buying it?
You need to talk about the Legends EA hype, guys. Talk to me. Talk to me. I want to know more
about Legends EA. You guys don't get it.
He
was trying to wrap it up. He was trying to wrap it up, and we haven't even talked about easily the biggest thing happening this year in the Pokemon space.
And what's that?
And I want you guys down in the comments to razz Scout for not having the game. Okay, I want you to get him, because he needs to get it so that we can play together and we can do the Battle Royale together. So make sure you peer pressure him into making financial bad decisions to go buy a Switch 2. And I'm saying it all in Legends EDA. But anyway, Legends EDA. It's coming out next week, next Thursday. I have it pre-ordered. It'll probably get there Friday. I'm not going to a midnight release. I'm sick of waiting outside of GameStop to be disappointed, even though I know I wouldn't be this time. I'm just tired of waiting in GameStop lines. We get the brand new feel of Pokemon where there's range to attacks, and I think it's going to feel so much more in depth. So I'm very excited about it. I'm going to play it blind. I'm going to stream it end to end, uncut. It's going to be awesome. Probably need to hire an editor to do that because I won't have time to edit all my gameplay. So if you are an editor and want to edit my long form, hit me up in my DMs. And my ace is going to be Mega Dragonite. I can say that right now. Unless there is a better Mega form, aka, Mega Arcanine. I have debated having Mega Raichu as well. But the cool part is that I don't have to choose, because you can Mega Evolve multiple times in a battle, and that is so cool.
Wait, what?
So I can Mega Evolve into Dragonite. Yep, you heard me, boy. I'll say it one more time. You can Mega Evolve multiple times in a battle.
That's cool. No, you can't. Did they change
that?
Yep.
Yeah, you can Mega Evolve multiple times in a battle. You just have to collect the Mega Energy to do so.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I could be rocking my Mega Raichu, X in the mid game, right, zipping around and chipping at people and maybe taking a knockout or two. And then when the end game comes around, my Mega Dragonite comes out for that big old Draco Meteor to end the whole thing and get me the points I need. Sweet.
That's kind of legit, dude. I'm really excited for this whole Battle Royale thing, especially to see like what the range of attacks are. That's going to be
stoked for the Battle Royale. I'm stoked for the updated decks and learning all the new Megas firsthand, because I've said this a billion times, I don't do spoilers. Also, to the guy in the comments who said, "You did spoilers for me." No, we didn't. The only Megas we've talked about are the Megas that were quite literally released by the Pokemon Company. And if you manage to avoid that spoiler, it's not a spoiler. It's an announcement.
You missed the announcement, not the spoiler.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler if the company who owns the IP releases the IP. The definition of a spoiler is something that you don't know about, and the company doesn't want you to know about it, and somebody else tells you. Anybody who makes a movie doesn't tell you the movie, but they have trailers. Every time you watch a trailer, is that a spoiler?
That's
you
funny.
dummy.
That's good.
Anyway.
I love that for you, buddy. What else are you excited about
That
Legends EA?
Oh, dude, the mechanics of like moving up and down. There's like elevations. I think that's gonna be really interesting. Honestly, just the crispness that it's gonna be on that lovely Switch 2. Can't wait for that.
That's cool, buddy.
And honestly, I want to know the story. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh,
There's so much around Z and Floette, like Big Z, Floette. What are they gonna do with the Zygarde? Like, what's the meaning behind the name? So the plot itself, I cannot wait to like. Scarlet and Violet, I will give them a shout out once again. I really enjoyed the story of Scarlet and Violet.
Agreed.
And I'm hoping that Z to A has the same level of storytelling.
What if it doesn't, though? Are you going to be disappointed, or are you just going to be excited that you get to play with Mega Dragon?
No, I won't be disappointed because the game mechanics are so different. So if they kind of ratcheted back on the story because they were focusing a lot on gameplay mechanics and new mega designs and that kind of stuff, I would get that, right? Like, I get it. We're getting a lot with this game already.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be disappointed, but I would be hyped if the story is also like peak. That'd be sick.
Respect. I got you. I like that though. That's a really good answer.
This game is either going to be the greatest Pokemon game ever made or like one of the worst. That's what's going to happen. People are either going to love this thing or hate it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you guys heard it. Legends EA. It's either going to be the greatest game of all time or it's going to be the worst.
Z to A, as some people say.
Z to A. I hope nobody says that. But
and there's like a guy who's going Z to A. I was like, whoa, Z. Cool.
That is so dumb. Reminds me of like Zed from Power Rangers. That's what that reminds me of.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
Or Zed. There's like a character in League or something that's named Zed.
Huh. Interesting. Well, we'll talk about that in the next episode. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us on episode 17 of the Critical Hitz Podcast. Once again, my name is Pokey Scout.
I'm Genelite Gaming. And this has been
Critical Hitz. Oh my God, we were so in sync that time. Ladies and gentlemen, have a very wonderful night.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.